And as I said, this is all about the Better Buddies project, the Alana and Madeline Foundation. They were aged 6 and 3, the Meacack children, along with their mother and 32 others, were tragically killed at Port Arthur on April 28, 1996. So here's Roy taking the hand of one of the young primary school students, and that's where bullying in the playground, of course, is getting its own reputation, rightly or wrongly, and this is an effort to try and make us more aware of that and rid that from our school communities.
It's good stuff from South Sydney. It's well received by the kids as well, smiles on their faces. A 6-day turnaround for this team after their mauling last week. Very interesting to see how Jason Taylor works his bench tonight. 4 of the starting pack last week played 80 minutes. I suppose that will happen when you've got 2 halves going back to the bench.
Half century for Isaac Luke tonight, Pete.
And he starts the game, Ray. There's been criticism that he should be out there in the opening 20. We've said before that Jason Taylor has said he likes to keep him back for 20 because he gets a better quality 60 minutes if he avoids all of that heavy early contact, draining stuff. The Kiwi international is out there against that man there, Paul Achon, tonight.
Yeah, he's signed with Cronulla. Gee, Cronulla, after losing Isaac de Gois, they've been busy in that market for the number 9, Corey Hughes currently, John Morris to go there, and Paul Ayton to go there. It certainly makes you wonder as the kickoff is there for Friday Night Football. South running right to left. And this is Adam Woolnough bringing it back for the Panthers. Spent a lot of time down in New South Wales Cup playing with the Windsor Wolves. Former Newcastle Knight, good player. Played just inside the 30-metre line then for Penrith. And Gavin Cooper playing in the forwards tonight in number 11. That's McFadgen. And they hit him hard, South Sydney. Welcome to first grade. For Ben. So Nathan Smith, the captain, has a carry that takes him to within 8 metres of the halfway line now. Penrith up in 8th position on the competition. Brisbane just behind them, but with the bye, as I pointed out. 5 teams on 20. The Cowboys also on 20 are up there with a bye over the weekend. So here's Walsh, and he puts this kick down towards Nathan Merritt, who catches it on the full, and he runs into Paulo. And Joseph Paulo makes the tackle 12 metres out from his own try. Simpson just ducked into dummy half off his right flank and just gave a short pass away to Bo Champion. This looks like Folongo, who's taken the ball out towards the 30-metre line. And a penalty goes to South Sydney.
What's that line speed, boys?
Just checking the line speed for Penrith, indicating that he's got them for inside the 10. As Chris Sando finds the line. He played just over 50 minutes in that match against the Tigers. That humiliation against the Tigers last Saturday. And taking it ahead there is Pettybourne. So Pettybourne will play the ball 30 metres out from the Penrith line. It's gone through Stewart, gone to the captain, Asatasi. And Roy will play the ball 21 metres out. Centre of the ground then for South Sydney. Early stages of Nines Friday Night Football. Folongo back for Sando, and it's gone short to the 11 for South Ben Low. And he too playing in the forwards again tonight as it goes from Luke and goes back from... Oh, Sutton has found a gap with a beautiful ball for Pettybourne. And Pettybourne has opened Penrith up and scored the first try very early on in the game.
And so simple. Spoke about both Wade Graham and John Sutton having a good flat pass, especially from left to right. Well, this is just perfectly delivered. Second man play, again coming off a penalty. Flat pass into the gap. Wonderful start and wonderful finish from Pettybourne.
So welcome back to ANZ Stadium. A try in the opening couple of minutes to South Sydney's Eddie Pettybourne. And Chris Sando, you see, converting the try. So 6-0 in favour of the Rabbitohs in the very early seconds. Tim Gilbert is sidelined tonight. G'day, Tim.
G'day, Rabs. That's what they're capable of, aren't they, South Sydney? At the start of the year, everyone was saying this side's a real 8 hope. Well, at the moment, they're on 15 points, 5 out of it. That'll give them a lot of confidence. Now, just on the conditions, Furry, as Joey mentioned, the playing surface needs a Victor trim on this one. Perfect weather apart from that. It's a dry, still night and beautiful for football.
So South Sydney on kick reception now. A carry at 15 metres out from their own line through their workhorse, Luke Stewart. Forlongo is with it, and he will play the ball now just inside the 30-metre line. Woolno, by the way, is playing in 15, and the 11 for the Panthers is Gavin Cooper, who we've been watching play in the centres during the period of Michael Jennings' injury. Played then by Pettybourne again, and it comes away from John Sutton, and he shows it with one hand to one player and then turns it back on the inside for Longo, and now it's with Sando. Sando's kick bouncing up nicely for Jared Samet, and when he slipped and fell, you could see it was like falling on an ice rink. He plays it back now for McFadgen, and that's his second carry of the night. He's tackled just 20 metres out from his own line. This is a run for Tia Khalifi, who debuted last Sunday, and he finished the day on top of the mountain with a try that won ultimately Penrith that game over Parramatta. Cooper will play it now. Again, just on their own side of halfway. Aiton, the dummy half, who was very good last Sunday. Tim Grant in jumper number 8 to the halfway line. And now for Walsh. And their run of success at Penrith, it coincided with Walsh's mid-season transfer from Newcastle down to Penrith. So he's been very good for them. He's turned them right around the number 7. That's champion now. 12 metres on his side of halfway. A run for Isaac Luke, and a penalty. The penalty goes against the Penrith Panthers inside the 10. It may not have been for markers not being direct. I don't think they were markers or, in fact, back 10, Joey.
Yeah, great signs for South Sydney earlier. Their speed of their line of defence is a sign of enthusiasm. But in attack, they're hitting the line hard and fighting to play the ball quick. Good signs for South Sydney.
So another test coming up for Penrith. Would shatter their confidence if another one was laid on them this early in the game. From Asatasi, it goes short for Stewart. And Luke Stewart will play the ball 7 metres out from the line. Luke goes to the blind side, and a lunge by Pettybourne is short. So Sutton stays on the blind side. They come to Sando, and the kick will go dead. So that was a fairly ordinary way for them to finish what looked to be an enterprising period of the game for them.
Yeah, really disappointing. This is Ed Pettybourne nearly getting a double in the opening 8 minutes. And the kick from Sando, it was on. There was nobody at home. He saw that. It was early in the tackle count, but way too long. And all of that early pressure now relieved as Penrith work it out. And they come the short side through Woolno. In fact, it's Grant with the football.
This is Woolno. Adam playing the ball now, just on his own side of halfway. Aiton giving it away to Cooper, and Cooper met and pulled down by the Rabbitohs, in particular by Ben Lowe, and that's hurt. That's hurt Gavin Cooper. He's very wobbly as he gets up. Nathan Smith tries to break them, and he makes the 30-metre line on tackle 5. Aiton then, Wade Graham stabs a kick in behind. It might sit down. Souths have forced it dead. Jamie Simpson had it covered, and he was hoping that he wouldn't have to put a touch on it. He had Nathan Merritt with him, and it was Nathan that actually batted it over the line, with the number 4 coming down on top of them, Bo Champion.
And there's a difference. Only moments ago,
or Brad Tye, I should say.
South Sydney on the attack, and Chris Sando puts it dead. That 1 inch perfect there from Wade Graham. They weren't going to score from it, but they've got a good result now, even though it's a slow restart from South Sydney. They get the football back, Penrith, and the momentum changes.
Stay behind it, Rabbitohs.
Merritt will take the
Stay behind.
line drop out. And sailing down to Luke Walsh, who gives it immediately to Grant, and Grant goes charging at Stewart. And Ben Lowe in number 11. Played on the 30-metre line then as Penrith give it across the line to Adam Woolnough, hitting the edge of the ruck. Not going anywhere. Sutton ties him up. Asatasi a piece of the tackle with Isaac Luke. And then Aiton finds Walsh, who finds Paulo, and Paulo will be made to play the ball 10 metres out from the line. Joseph Paulo, who picked up a try in that match last weekend. Matter of fact, who didn't? Here's Nathan Smith close to the line. 2 metres out, right in the mouth of the uprights at the southern end. Aiton has a go for barge over try, but he's short, and tackle 5 goes through. Smith a dummy. Walsh with the kick over towards Simpson. It's come off the hands of Penrith and gone forward into the in goal. He is going to put a line drop out together. But I see now that he's reversing. Is he reversing that decision? He should be, because he is. It came off a Penrith player in mid-air. I think you'll see that here. See the right hand of the number 5? That is the Penrith player, Khalifi. So South's gained no advantage, and that's why he's brought it back for the changeover 10 metres out from the line. Play by Champion. Now for Stewart. Inside the 30-metre line. Asatasi then. This carry. Looking on his inside. Running off his shoulder was Nathan Merritt. That would have been curtains for Penrith had he been able to unload. Now it's with Falonga. They play the ball near halfway.
And the first assignments from both coaches have been carried out well by their teams as South Sydney fine touch. Completion rate's perfect for both these sides. South Sydney 6 from 6, Penrith 4 from 4. But that will get more difficult because the rain is starting to pour now. And Tim Gilbert, we saw a little bit of rain earlier, but this is starting to get a touch heavier.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be taking over from Steve Jacobs on the weather. I've said a dry, still night. This is coming down very heavy now. The heavens have opened up.
That's all for 4 things, Tim. That's all for 4 things, Adam.
Well, it just adds to the importance of the kicking game of both teams now. Where the football, kick early, get down and defend yourself. Shoulders on the ball.
This is Ty. Tia Khalifi taking the run from dummy half. Running into Luke and Stewart. Aiton again. Asking the defence to come to him before offloading for Cooper. And played by Cooper back to Aiton, and Aiton to the halfway line. Got a ball away. And it's played there by the number 3 for Penrith, for Daniela. So play now 35 metres out from the South Sydney line with this rain coming down at ANZ Stadium and making every point even a little bit more important as Luke Walsh's kick goes dead in goal. So it'll come back to the 20 for the restart, this time for Matt Elliott's team to go on the defence again.
Penrith team attacking very often down their right-hand side, the left-hand defensive area of South Sydney. A lot of short rays down there. Aiton looking to promote players. Asatasi takes it over the 30 and offloads through, finds Talanoa in looking for the football.
He's threatened danger a couple of times, Asatasi. It would seem that he's a good man to follow tonight. He might have been down on the form. Oh, here's a good backhander away from Sutton, finding Merritt. That was a lovely ball out the back. Now for Luke, and he goes over to John Sutton, and Sutton steps off his right foot, beats 1 or 2, finds support coming through. He doesn't give it to Luke, he gives it to Pettybourne. It goes to ground, and Penrith pick up the advantage. On their own 20-metre line, Paulo runs it away. Runs it at Asatasi, who I was going to say his form by the standards set for himself this year has probably been down. But tonight, he's been looking to offload, and had he have had support it could have been very dangerous for Penrith.
And Joey, John Sutton causing problems out there. You said before the game that he was having trouble working out when to run and when to pass. He's got most of it right tonight so far.
It was nice to see him handle back-to-back plays, and you see in the conditions, a big man like Sutton, early footwork will really trouble the defence. Looks like he's in for a big night.
Woolno then plays the ball. And Graham puts a kick over towards Jamie Simpson, and Simpson in those lime green boots is tackled about 12 metres out from his own line, held up by Paulo and Tia Khalifi. That's Champion down the short side.
And the first interchange, Woolno off, Pulatua on. South Sydney work it out over their own 30.
It's a long road to play it. Luke away for Stewart. There's that Luke to Luke Stewart. He's right on the 40-metre line. For Asatasi again. He's got Sando with him. He's also got, or attracted the attention of a few Penrith defenders, one of whom was Gavin Cooper. Now the kick is put in by Isaac Luke, and it'll go dead in goal. So again, it'll come back for the 20 in the restart. To State of Origin next Wednesday night. You'll see that exclusively live on 9. And a happy birthday to Anthony Watmo, who I'm led to believe is watching our telecast tonight. I hope you enjoyed all the presents we sent you, Anthony, and you can probably pop off to bed now.
Gee, you do some research, Rabs. You know that Chock's having a birthday. And that's good stuff.
So Tia Khalifi now, just inside the 40-metre line.
I figure I know what he'd like for a present. That would be a victory next Wednesday night.
There's Pulatua. And a good ball. Back for Jared Samet. Samet into space. One to beat. Oh, good tackle, Nathan Merritt. Well done, Jared Samet. Knocked on Gavin Cooper. Oh, that was a hard ball for Cooper to take, but Merritt did well. Samet was in space, and that's hard work, one-on-one.
Well, Pulatua did the best. He started the play, just about his first touch. An offload now to Jared Samet's right, which is to the left as he's running towards us. McFadden was almost unmarked in open space. He'd got away from his man in Talanoa, and unfortunately the pass run back inside I don't think was really meant for Gavin Cooper, but threw the hand out, forced a mistake.
Yeah, in these conditions, the pass was never on. Take the tackle and attack on the next play.
Rabbits then. Taking it away. It's Pettybourne. This is Folongo. Getting it to within 8 metres of halfway. Third tackle for South. Stewart ahead. Just over halfway now. Pulatua in the headgear. Peter's right, it was a lovely ball from Frank, who played, of course, with South Sydney for a couple of years, including the year that Penrith won the comp. So his judgment was astray there. As John Sando, or Chris Sando, puts the kick down and finds the line at the 10-metre junction. Rabbitohs opened at $1.50 with TAB Sportsbet. They're into $1.33. The Panthers opened at $2.50, and they're out to $3.25. 1-333-90 is the number to bet in running.
Yeah, it's a big blow early in this game. The Panthers just 6 behind and maybe not going as well as the opposition, but this is the kind of game that the Penrith team have to win, whatever the circumstances. Now, the sides now from 5 down through to 8 or 9 have to beat the sides below them on the competition ladder. And this is one earmarked by the Panthers that could really move them up the competition ladder at the expense of one of the other teams who may challenge them late.
Played by McFadden. The other winger with this run, Tia Khalifi. Toyota Cup today or tonight. Rabbitohs beat the Panthers 40 points to 18 in the National Youth Competition. Toyota Cup, Rabbitohs 40, Panthers 18. Players on halfway with Frank Pulatua right in the middle of the ground. Paul Aiden through to Walsh and then to Graham. Graham to Paulo. It's outside 30 metres. Of course, in front of Origin on next Wednesday, we've got that good game down at Wollongong on Sunday between the Dragons and the Sea Eagles. It's gone to ground, and no, Merritt had a catch on it. There's been no advantage though. It's knocked on by Penrith, knocked on by McFadden, in fact. Yeah, Dragons and Eagles, that'll be a good game. They've both got about, the same amount of players out on Origin duty. Sunday at 4 o'clock, you'll see that game at Bloomstead.
The quality of those football teams this year, Ray, as Manly make a charge, is the depth. And certainly some fringe first graders for both of these teams at the beginning of the season are now regulars that can be called upon by Des Hasler and Wayne Bennett, as Isaac Luke throws his first dummy of the night, gets outside the 30. South Sydney look good, making better metres than the opposition at the moment.
This is Best, taken by Pulatua. Then Merritt, scooping it up for Folongo. Play almost to the halfway line. Luke going in to relieve Nathan Merritt of that job at acting half. And John Sutton spears it down, and it's gone between the legs of Jarrett Samet. Brings it back, the little Penrith fullback. 15 out from his line. 6-0 Rabbitohs after 19 minutes of the game. The try came at only the 3rd minute for Ed Pettybourne, who ran off an Isaac Luke curler of a pass. Inside the 10, the whole line, he's saying, against the Rabbitohs, so Penrith will come out easily. Tony Delaceres in charge of the game at the moment.
And just previous to that, we saw an attempted brute big hit from Chris Sando, in over the top of Jarrett Samet. There he goes, Wang. Bang didn't quite connect.
A couple of bantamweights.
He's got a bit of a name for the big hits, Chris Sando. Normally takes them on a bit bigger than that, though.
Yeah, that was just a brute. He didn't quite finish it off.
Played by Pulatua. Walsh it is that goes to Cooper. And Gavin Cooper, 12 metres into South Territory. Now Ayton explores the blind side. Daniela's pass went behind McFadden. It was a chance down the right side.
You see Penrith's intent then. Sent a big man Cooper at Chris Sando, who come off second best and doubled up down the short side where Sando would defend. Unfortunately, the ball went behind the winger, but you see Sando there in the back play. They sent a bigger man at him, got a quick play of the ball and went the same way. Unfortunately, the ball went to ground.
That's where they are with the scrum packing, the South Sydney feed for Sando. Sando. Now for John Sutton. He was right up there. They were talking about him in loud acclaim. Is the likely number 6 for New South Wales. Luke away. Sutton turning it in. Satasi taken on his own 40, but it was very much a one-out play. I would have thought, as I said earlier, he's a good man to follow, but it's probably a bit too much one-out stuff from South. Matters like Asatasi and Stewart, you saw them both there. No support running with them. They're all playing for the next play, not the play that's opening up at that time. Sando then taking this penalty and finding the line on the Penrith 30-metre line. 6-0 there. In favour of South Sydney. Try for Pettybourne, first try scorer. Geddes is on, Folongo is off. And this is Geddes. Just inside the 20-metre line. Luke going right side, behind his captain and another. Sutton giving the ball. This is Pettybourne. And they're dangerously close to the line again. Luke looking away to Asatasi's side. He's found him, and Asatasi shrugs off the first tackle. Luke again now. This time going to Sutton. Sutton on. Merritt with it. Nathan is pulled down by Wade Graham. Played 10 out. Champion Sutton. Little kick through. Taken by Walsh. Marked on the full in goal. Means a 20-metre restart. You read that well, the number 7 from Penrith.
You don't normally see a kick marked that low to the ground. He defused the bomb. A deft little attempt there from John Sutton just went too far. I think it was John Sutton having all sorts of trouble picking up the numbers on the back of these South Sydney players. Get some white ones for them at half time, please.
Zayton to the halfway line. Jared Samet finds himself a dummy half. The 16 is Bell. Matthew is tackled. 40 metres out from Queensland. Walsh across the back from Graham getting it on. Blair is on. Graham quick hands. Ties with the ball. And now it's with Tia Khalifi. That was good ball, very good ball movement. A couple of nice little touches from Wade Graham. 20 metres out from the line. Spun across then from Maurice Blair. It's gone high. The test is on. The bat is down and back. It's still play on. And the captain is with the ball, Nathan Smith, with 6 more tackles. That's on 10. South Sydney then. Engaged in defence. Only about the second time in the game. Perhaps a couple of times more than that. As Walsh puts a short ball back for Pulatua. Are the Panthers about to level this game up? Play by Pulatua. It's gone away from Walsh and gone out to Graham. He turns it in for Blair. And they're 3 metres off the line. Third tackle gone there. Pass to Walsh. Goes wide into Gavin Cooper, who tries to free the arm, but Colin Best has got him tied up. 2 tackles remaining. Danielle for Walsh. Walsh got a detour from Bell, gave it to Aiton, and Aiton runs at Sutton. There's one of the 2. Wasted, you'd almost think. No creation at all. Here's Walsh's little kick, and McFadden goes high. Best had hold of it, lost it, but it's gone forward, and he's pointing back to the 20-metre line.
Got Wade Graham down hurt after that collision as well. He's had a bit of success chasing high kicks, as we pointed out last week. I think McFadden was actually the man who knocked on, but Graham's the one who's ended up on the ground.
I think Penrith have got to change their game plan. They went down there in good field position, tried to play around South Sydney in these conditions. Look, work to the middle of the field. Got a dummy half running, change of angles.
This is low. Now for Luke Stewart. Getting it out to the red line. His own. Luke for Geddes. Geddes for Sutton. Sutton gets it back for Nathan Merritt on the inside. The fullback to beat. And he gets the pass away to Champion, but he's tackled beautifully over there by Ty. Now it's come on from Simpson to Geddes. Run around with Simpson. He's back in the middle. Intercept attempt by Walsh, knocks on, and it's a penalty going now to South Sydney. He was playing an advantage.
Every single one.
Penrith inside the 10.
But once again, John Sutton deciding to run the ball. Such a handful. Shows the ball goes through and offloads inside to Merritt. He's on tonight, Johnny Sutton.
You're going to say 2, mate?
It took a long time to come to the decision, but finally Isaac Luke points to the posts. Again, they had momentum, but you can understand in these conditions, giving themselves more than a converted try in front. Could have also understood them going for more. John Sutton here, the strength of the man is really causing problems, especially when you go low on him. He gets a simple offload away. Now, Brad Ty does very well here in claiming the support player, Bo Champion, straight away. Didn't get him early. And the Penrith players never got back close to the line. Luke Walsh, he almost looked like an attacker, knocked the football down. Advantage played. And Chris Sandow should extend the lead for South Sydney.
6-0 at the moment. Sando for penalty, and there's a further 2 points on the board. It's 8-0. Welcome back to ANZ Stadium, Friday night football, and the Rabbits are leading the Panthers by 8 points to nothing. And the 16 taking it out for South Sydney is Dave Tyrrell making his debut. Famous name from the Hunter Valley wine fields. I don't know if there's any relation there. I should have checked that out, but
By going and having a tour of the region.
could take you through the Tyrrell's winery very, very slowly if you want me to.
Putting a weekend aside.
Exactly right. So Sando puts a kick grubbing down towards Samet. Tim Gilbert, the sideline eye, has given Victor a little spray earlier, so I might as well get some Tyrrells in the cabinet at the same time. I don't need the Victor at the moment.
Oh, Rabs, just a quick one on him. I don't know whether the Sauvignon Blanc Tyrrell is a connection there. He's 20 years of age. Of course, he's from Brisbane. Wynnum, East Tigers he played with, and played with Souths in the Toyota Cup as well. Or played with East before that as well.
I don't know if they grow grapes in the valley up there. Here's Cooper. Halfway line, yes, exclusively live. Origin 3. Next Wednesday, Graham going short. Elise Blair. Listen to Greg Alexander the other day. He calls him Maurice, so we'll go with Maurice. Brandy doesn't know, nobody does. Kick down the ground from Graham. It goes spinning ahead and over the dead ball line.
Now, the penalty here for what's deemed late contact on Wade Graham. Wade Graham is saying that he came through with the elbow.
Hey.
He's having a tough night, Wade. That's Tyrrell. He went into the man kicking the football.
That's a soft penalty.
It is, isn't it? Contact's not particularly high. He's got him in the chest area. Couldn't have pulled out. Now South Sydney need to defend that. You've got to do that with tough calls in the game. Nathan Smith, centre field, inside the 10.
There's Hatasi and Luke, the main tacklers. Aiton on the right side for Walsh, and he just gives a little hand up to Cooper on the inside. Cooper a couple of metres out from the line. This is where South Sydney just absolutely compounded last weekend. In fact, could you believe they were 8th on the competition ladder after round 11, and then they lost 5 in a row. Aiton goes over. Graham is with the ball. And the youngster is tackled a couple of metres out. Tyrrell again involved in the defence with Asatasi. Aiton for Walsh. She gets a decoy from Bellum, and Daniela coughs it up. It didn't look that difficult, but he's put it down.
Yeah, once again, Penrith trying to finesse the ball sideways in these conditions. Slippery ground, very slippery ball. It's a night to dummy and go. The halves, Walsh and Wade Graham, I'd like to see them dummy and take them on with their footwork. See, the ball comes wide here. Very hard to play around teams.
Andrew Johns in commentary tonight, of course, assistant to Craig Bellamy at Origin level, and
Jared, make sure your head's in.
allowed out of camp, out of curfew, just to join us on Friday Night Football.
Matt Elliott doesn't look too relaxed at the moment. What do you think of Andrew Johns? I think he's, you can always gauge the preparation of New South Wales by his demeanour.
Well, the reason he's here, he was supposed to be given that up, but Gus has been under the care of a psychiatrist. He's having nightmares. he's having nightmares. He can see a whitewash coming, and his wife June has got him under a psychiatrist and on medication. Here's Simpson with the ball.
Might be seeing mine.
I don't know whether he'll make it Wednesday night. Good one. I love that. Geddes. Now Luke puts a kick in. It's gone over the sideline.
I'll take it now, Oscar. I'll take it now.
Yes, it's a long line. Is Isaac Luke happy to put it over the sideline? Field position so important tonight. Not far out from half-time now, and plenty of points scored in the games that these teams played in last week. Not say the opening 40 minutes tonight. Hasn't risen to any great heights this game yet, but I think the longer it goes, we might just get a bit better footy as both sides play straighter. We saw Wade Graham do that at the other end of the field last set of 6. They realised straight is the way to go.
Played by Tia Khalifi. This is Bell up the middle, met by Lowe and Luke. And here's Aiton again, challenging. He's a busy little player. He's a good player. Paul Aiton, bound for Cronulla. Walsh, Graham, inside, tie. That's nice. That's straight up the middle, more direct. Now from Smith, short for Walsh, short then for Cooper, reeling. And Lowe was exactly there, Lowe. But eventually it was the high tackle from Sutton that put him to ground. Now for Graham. But plenty of time. He's put it high. A test for merit. Samet went up. Now were they... Well, you can't be.
Mate, can you just chip Paul Ayton?
I was about to make the comment, were they offside, but it can't be in goal.
Well, he's got a South Sydney knock on here, so it'll be a restart from under the posts. Kick was a nice one from Wade Graham because it arrived the same time as the first chaser did in Jared Samet. And the ruling was that Nathan Merritt knocked the football down. Tommy Asatasi knocked on as well. The referees have told each other to keep an eye on Paul Ayton. They're pretty unhappy with the amount of times he's getting offside. And they've now told South Sydney they've got under 10 before the restart needs to be taken.
Penrith then. On kick reception on the halfway line, sending big Matthew Bell back to them. They've won only 2 of their last 7 here at ANZ, the Penrith Panthers. In fact, South Sydney's record exceeds that. I think they've won 1 from 7 this year. Ayton's pass was dubious, wasn't it? You would have heard a groan from the Penrith crowd adjacent to it, played by Graham. Walsh showed it. Now they're gone out to Cooper. Can they find something? He's put away Gavin Cooper. 3 metres out from the line. They're running towards that southern end of the ground. Walsh goes down behind Pullitu, intercepted by Simpson. There's nobody in front of him. The chasers are making no ground. Samet has pulled out of it. Tia Khalifi goes on with it. So does McFadgen. But they're chasing Jamie Simpson into the in goal. Simpson, a runaway try for the Rabbits, who push it out further.
Yeah, he gets his 5th of the season. He's been used in numerous ways by Jason Taylor. He's actually come off the bench and played dummy half on a number of occasions in the top grade. And as soon as Penrith went away from the game plan of what they'd done in the opening 4 tackles in this, they paid the penalty. They were going straight inside, making all sorts of problems for South Sydney. But then they fanned the ball wide. Andrew Johns has said that it's not the way to go. And Jamie Simpson thinks it is because he's raced 95 metres, put his side well in front.
So welcome back to Rugby League headquarters at ANZ Stadium here in Sydney. Jamie Simpson, the try scorer, well done. He's a real inspiration to people that have had the illness that he's been fighting and beating for some time. Chris Sando converts the try, scored the intercept try. Jamie Simpson makes the situation look very healthy coming up to half-time. Tim Gilbert sideline.
Yeah, he probably won't show it because Jason Taylor doesn't smile a lot during the games, but he'll be very happy with his try from Jamie Simpson. On the defence, on the back of rather, some wonderful defence from South Sydney. Then he just showed a real clean pair of heels, didn't he? That's an outstanding run. Just a quick one on Jason Taylor. He's always great with us in the media, particularly us here at Channel 9, and I approached him during the week. Can we just get a couple of quick words before the game tonight? He said, look, Timmy, I'm sorry. I've just got to focus on this. That's the first I've seen him do that.
Offside from the kick-off here.
Number 5.
I see a couple of these pulled up every now and then, and it really, there's no excuse.
That's lazy, isn't it?
It is. It's the simplest thing in the world to get back 10 metres and get right back behind the kicker. To me, it shows that there's a lack of concentration across the board. And it comes out in simple mistakes like that that are completely avoidable.
Well, this could be the game. They score here.
This is Tyrrell. 15 out from the line. Geddes short for Asatasi. Centre ground. 9 metres away. Luke. Sando. Sando short for Lowe. And Ben Lowe will play the ball, taken down by Bell and Cooper. Luke again. Decoys taking some heat away from John Sutton, who gets out of one, gets out of another, and I think he's made it, John Sutton. He has. Well, Andrews made the claim that this could be it. It's 18-0 after 39 minutes.
Joey, we were talking about John Sutton before the game, and you said that reports out of South camp was that he was very angry during this week.
Yeah, I spoke to Craig Wing today in camp, and he said he was very disappointed. Getting the hook last week, he got replaced. You see him get the ball here and take it to the line, showing and going, getting one-on-one, just too big and strong. Understand, the word to describe it was he was disappointed. Not being disappointed being hooked, disappointed in himself. And it's showing tonight the way he's playing. He's been head and shoulders the best player on the field.
Well, this is the kind of reaction that Jason Taylor was looking for. It's a big call to take a man of his ability off the field with a quarter of the game still to go, but that's how poorly Sutton was playing. And he could go two ways, John Sutton, tonight. He could be disappointed and let it affect his performance adversely, or he could rise to the challenge which he's been given.
And I understand Jason Taylor put him on notice and said, if you don't perform this week, you're going to drop. I'm going to drop.
It seems to have worked. 20-0 the score. Here it is on replay. It was all about John Sutton. We know he's a brilliant player. And he showed it, he went, and then he lunged out of that final attempted tackle and takes the Rabbitohs fast approaching half-time up to a 20 points to 0 lead. Matthew Elliott keen to get to his players, obviously. And at half-time, these Rabbitohs have piled on 20 points, unanswered points. As we take a break, come back with the second half in just a moment. Coming up is Toyota half-time. Peter Sterling, Andrew Johns, they'll run us through all the first half action, including the Bundy big plays. You're on the home of the Olympic Games. Channel 9's Wide World of Sports.
This is the way to play tonight.
Yeah, it was nice to see Sando took the ball left, then Johnny Sutton took the ball right, and a straight line there and a beautiful ball, and that's the way to play in these conditions.
Now, we had to wait over half an hour. This time, Penrith, they spent, as you say, a fair bit of time down in that part of the field. When they went sideways, Jamie Simpson came up and in, went the length of the field. They tried valiantly to run him down, but last week, going into half-time, it was South Sydney who paid the penalty against the West Tigers. Tonight, it's the other way around. It's South Sydney on that try and this one have blown the game apart.
He does it all on his own here, Johnny Sutton. Ball in two hands, shows and goes. One-on-one, he's just too big. He's been outstanding. He was on notice tonight, and he's having a big one.
Well, not only John Sutton, he's been a colossus tonight, but I've got to say the forward pack have played better football. Roy Asatasi has deliberately taken the mistakes out of his game. He's not looking to offload. He's tucking the ball under the arm, and they've all followed suit. So they are making it easier for the guys out the back to do something.
I think they showed it early too. The little signs of enthusiasm, the speed of the defensive line, the running with intent, trying to play the ball fast. They come here to play. It's a different team this week to last week.
Okay, now Penrith, they face quite a daunting task here, but I would imagine that Matt Elliott, who's very animated, as we see at the halftime break, would be saying, well, this is a side that concedes points. We've seen that the last 5 weeks. If you hang in and just work away 6 points, try and turn 6 into 12, you've got to put tries back to back. We can get back into this game and make the other team nervous.
And they've got points in. They've got players like Samet, Walsh, Graham, who can create tries. But they've got to change the way they attack. Get to the middle of the field. Angle changes. Bring the forwards in on the inside and outside. They've done it once or twice in that first half. And they look dangerous. But they can't go away from it. They can't be throwing the ball wide.
Well, TAB Sportsbet are saying they can't win the game. Out to $15 they are. South Sydney, $1.01. That's not paying a great deal of interest on that one, but they've moved right in. They were the favourites coming into this game. Well, on the back of that scoreline, they have firmed dramatically. Something like 26.5 is the line. So if you like the Penrith Panthers, and they have got 40 minutes to turn this around, there is plenty of value. We'll take a break from ANZ Stadium and come back live for the second half of this game. Matt Elliott firing up his troops. Jason Taylor in a position he hasn't been in for the last 5 weeks, but still plenty of football to be played here. And we'll be back very shortly to ANZ.
Toyota Half-Time was brought to you by the Toyota Orion V6 with power and efficiency, performance and control. It's a whole new ballgame. Hasn't slowed the Rabbitohs down though. They went in after 3 minutes with Eddie Pettybourne, and then the runaway try for Jamie Simpson, followed by John Sutton's own solo try at the 39th minute, and they lead by 20 points to 0. South Sydney in front of Penrith. Completion rate 17 out of 18 for South. It's an amazing completion rate given the greasiness of this ground, and made even more so by some rain during the half.
And we saw Matt Elliott having plenty to say at half-time to his team, and a few words there from Luke Lewis as well. Certainly a word to Luke Walsh and all the teammates there about what he's seen for the first 40 minutes and what they need to do to get back into this one. Really developed into a great leader. Luke Lewis out there. He's unluckily been injured. It's Origin 1.
Very animated Luke Lewis after Matt Elliott had finished with them. He delivered what looked to be some very strong words. The injured Origin player. South Sydney bounced back from the embarrassment of last week. Obviously they'll be hoping that, well, the officials will be hoping, and so will the fans, that they keep this going. 20 points unanswered.
Joey, I don't know how many times it happened in your playing career, but facing a deficit like this at half-time, you're not playing well against a team that's not giving you too much. How did you approach it mentally? What did you sort of say to the teammates, and how did you approach it yourself?
Well, you can't worry about the scoreboard. You've still got 40 minutes to play, and that's around 20 possessions, the opportunity to score tries. But it's important that they score first. And if they do that, Penrith, your South might get nervous, and then you're a chance.
Ready?
Ben Cummings blowing time on. Penrith now running towards the northern end, and John Sutton it is that brings it back to a heavy confrontation with Brad Tye. Now for Bo Champion to find Scott Geddes. He's put down 30 metres out from his own line, mainly by Matthew Bell and Frank Pulatua. There's Tyrrell, Dave Tyrrell, almost to the 40. 3 tackles gone. McPherson is on for South. Shannon McPherson and jumper number 15. With the previous hit up before this one from Asatasi. Now they're on the 5th tackle. Sando putting it down in the direction of McFadgen. And he's put down, well, he's not down yet. He is now. They've carried him back a couple of metres. Now Tia Khalifi. You might have seen the picture of Jamie Simpson with that intercept and the runaway try that was all of 90 metres. He didn't catch him, but that young man Tia Khalifi, if you watch the pictures on his face, he never at one stage gave up the chase, which was a forlorn one, but it was a gut-busting run that he put in just to keep trying. Nathan Smith on halfway. Luke Walsh stabbing it down into the end goal, and Nathan Merritt's going to watch it go. And quite a bit of this tonight.
Frank, make sure you square it, Mark.
The other thing that Penrith need to do this second half is to make sure they win the vital statistics. And that is to be in front in the penalty count. So they've got to go up tempo. They've got to force mistakes from the opposition. Got to make sure that their completion rate is the superior one, that they play the best field position. Just got to do everything right. And hope that South Sydney come back to them. John Sutton a cut-out pass there to Jamie Simpson, who's confronted by 3 and driven back.
Wade Graham on the top of the pile. It's Champion in 4 on his own 40-metre line. McPherson to the halfway, and a pass away for the flying Nathan Merritt. He takes Seven out to the sideline, steps right foot, puts it down. Another try for one of our most prolific, Nathan Merritt.
And that's been a feature of South Sydney tonight, the support play. The ball players standing and waiting, and every time they have turned, there has been somebody there. McPherson hits the line, gets his nose through, and the most urgent player around him is actually in the same jersey as the ball carrier. The Penrith players, they dropped off. They thought the tackle had been completed, but the football wasn't wrapped up, and the energy came from Nathan Merritt, who's travelled a lot of metres to get into position to take that football off the man who's hit the line.
Yeah, it's the way to play in these conditions. Shannon McPherson, power running, and then short support from Nathan Merritt. And this guy, once he gets in the clear, it's always going to be 4 points. He's a beautiful mover.
Yeah, Jared Samet might be disappointed with that attempted tackle, but one-on-one, Nathan Merritt, who was topped the try-scoring list in a season where his team finished bottom of the table. Well, that is an effort. He's almost unstoppable in that situation. He got away earlier tonight off John Sutton. The support player was rounded up. At that time, really, Samet was up against it, against one of the best movers in our game. And Chris Sando, saying he's striking them well. I don't want to put the mock on him, but he's striking them well.
It's a very short approach, and he bangs it over. So a further 2 points, converting the Nathan Merritt try. 26-0, Tim Gilbert sideline.
Vintage Nathan Merritt tonight, and absolutely outstanding as we see him take the ball here and scoot away and score the try. That season Pete speaks of is 2006 when he scored 22 tries. That is try number 76 in his career. He's been playing for 10 years, if you can believe it. He's still only 26.
Yes, he played Harold Matthews for his beloved South Sydney in 99. He had a little breakdown at Cronulla. It wasn't hard to get him back to Redfern.
Just been looking down the crowd, Ryan, trying to see if Mario Fennick is out there still waving that jersey around. A bit more of a smile on his face, Mario.
Asatasi.
No open letter this week.
30 metres away from his own line. Maurice Blair, the tackler. Luke giving it to Tyrrell. And Tyrrell will play the ball inside the 40-metre line.
There's a touch of Kane Cleal.
I was about to say that.
It's already been said.
That's McPherson. Sando. Came off a player that didn't play at the ball, in my opinion. It's with Merritt. Gavin Cooper was the player in question. He sits up for Samet, away from his 20. And the champion up the top, and Tyrrell downstairs making the tackle. Tia Khalifi. I don't need to say any more about him. Just put a word alongside him called determined. McFadgen. Showed Graham off. Ayton no look. Walsh no look. Cooper flopping it down. Walsh going over the top, finding Daniela. Tackled by Colin Best, and Graham's heading up the tunnel.
Yeah, he's got a hip problem, Ray, as Luke Walsh goes across field, finds Gavin Cooper, spins, and back slammed on the last.
So Ayton again, for Walsh again. He keeps it on the ground this time, and it's scooped up there by Simpson, but he's tackled immediately by Brad Tye. So line drop out will give Penrith another chance to put some points on the board, and certainly don't they need to be that too.
Really good footy there from both teams. The kick was a nice one, got into the right spot. Excellent pickup from Jamie Simpson on the run. And then the chase from Penrith was good as well. Elliot Ponders is going on in front. He looks up 26-0. Not good as Pulatua takes it inside the 30. And back outside. And back inside.
There's Walsh again. Ayton. A little run out at second receiver. As the other dummy half from Romolo is tackled 8 metres out from the line. From Samet to Walsh, a show on 2 occasions before Cooper. And they're 2 metres out now. Yes, the 17 is Joel Romolo. Passing it, putting some depth into it for Walsh to go to Blair, to go to Samet, and Samet taken by Champion and Sutton. 5 have gone for Penrith. Smith's pass pulled in by Blair. Kicks a left foot out towards McFadgen for the bat down for Cooper. Got to get rid of the ball. Cannot.
There's another example of players fixated on pushing the football back I figure if you can get two hands to the football, you can catch it. And the Penrith man who tried to push it back was actually the only one contesting the football, and if he'd caught it, goes close to scoring. If he can get those two hands to it, he can catch it. And he's got all the momentum. It seems that's in vogue now. You don't try and catch it, you just put it back.
It's become the normal rather than the exception, hasn't it? And you're quite right. Young McFadden was sailing through the air, easily got two hands to it, but with no intention of catching it and running. Geddes plays the ball back on the... Oh, Sando has made a mistake, and it's an advantage for Penrith. Play by Nathan Smith. Matthew Bell shoulders it up to the 20-metre line. Romolo again. Walsh, Aiton's close with him, but he was only running a decoy. Cooper it is with the ball. 10 out, centre ground. Now for Blair. Running it to his captain, who disappeared off the radar. Blair will play at 15 away from the South Sydney line. Rabbitohs in front by a mile at the moment. Walsh on the 10-metre line. Surrender is called by the officiating whistleblower. From Romolo, through from Bell. It's a kick from Samet. Will he make it in time? Yes, he will, I think. Oh, it's close. Samet and Sando.
Tackle 5, mate. We just checked.
Delasieris wants to go upstairs to Phil Curley, who's the video referee.
I don't think there's any doubt that he's got there first, Jared Salmon. It's just a matter as to whether the grounding is correct. No one at home, he saw that. He's got good speed, he's in front of Samet. He slams it down. I think there's a lot of doubt from that view. Well, I don't think he scored.
There's no way in the world they can do it.
Oh, hang on, Joe, be careful, be careful.
But he's the man most likely, Jared Samet. That's set. The Panthers sort of went sideways, guessing their way through, and then Samet decided on an act of brilliance, kick and chase.
What do you reckon, Rabs? We're not talking... Oh, good. I'm glad we didn't go to separation. Fingers on ball and slide. He knocked it on. Right call. Close call for the Rabbits.
Yeah, there was separation. It was a bouncing ball. It wasn't a ball on the ground. It was a bouncing ball, and there was some separation. I think these both had it covered.
He's a player most likely, Jared Samet. He's got to inject himself. And that's it, a show and go. A short kick, something to mix it up.
That's McPherson. The game to start. A comeback, it better start shortly. We're 10 minutes into the second half, and now they're looking at a 26-point deficit.
Cool, 7 forward, guys.
And it's gone forward
Cool, 17 Penrith.
from Asatasi.
Well, this is what Penrith were hoping for. They didn't want to concede the first try in this second half, but they were waiting for South Sydney to invite them back into the game. We've seen a couple of knock-ons in rapid succession now.
Chris.
And Penrith have got to make it count, and make it count quickly.
In.
Tia Khalifi coming in from his wing to take the first pass. Romolo having a little bit of a look-see and probing down the middle. Away for Walsh, a one-handed pass to Cooper. Should have gone to him a lot tonight, Gavin Cooper. Romolo again, now Blair. He tries to crack them. Tackled by Tyrrell. Gets through some defence. Romolo's held up a couple of metres out. Last tackle now for the Panthers. Aiton goes for a barge over attempt. And he'll have to have a look at this, I'm sure. Ben Cummings, he is.
Check the grounding, thanks.
Has Paul Aiton managed to get the ball down?
Oh, he's doing his best to sell it, isn't he? He's so nice to the Eskimos, Paul Aiton, but... well, he's got it down. No wonder he's celebrating.
Yeah, I'll take a $5 bag of it. He's got this. So Phil Cooley should be putting up a green light on this one. For Paul Ayton to get Penrith's first points of the night.
You like him too.
Yeah, I'm not hiding from that. I think he's a good player. I really do.
And that's enough looks.
Mind you, I think Isaac de Gois is a good player as well. If you're having a shot at me about the fact that this bloke's off to Cronulla. So it should be green. And it is, and Penrith are on the board. Luke Walsh. Walsh converting the try. Scored by Paul Ayton. Start of the resurgence. With a dive-over try from Paul Ayton. Converted by Luke Walsh, and 26-6. The score now. Tim Gilbert.
Well, Rabs, if you'd heard that scoreline last year or the year before, you'd think Rabbitohs by a cricket score. But this Penrith side, even though they're down on numbers, have been playing with a real attitude this year. We saw that against the Tigers on Friday Night Football a few weeks ago. Parramatta last Sunday. They came from behind to beat Manly. They've got it in them.
Just watching that line at South Sydney's as the ball was kicked off by Nathan Merritt. There was a penalty given for it just earlier on tonight, and that's okay by me, but you've got to be consistent. Here's Frank Pulatua just outside the 30-metre line. Romolo to find Walsh, to find Cooper. It's become a little bit predictable out on that right side. It seems if you tackle Gavin Cooper, you've stopped the attack. Here's Maurice Blair, wrestled down. Right on halfway. For Walsh again. Sammett's the chaser here. So is Brad Tye. The bounce is by. It's good for Luke Walsh. And he got a pass away, and it came off Cooper, went to ground, South's advantage. Cooper, he must have been offside, Gavin, because he seemed to didn't want anything to do with it. South then come in. Just outside the 30-metre line.
Well, he's had twice as many carries as any other forward in the Panthers lineup. McPherson has hit solidly.
That's Geddes. Bell, the 16, the main tackler. Sutton. Souths have got Beau Falloon out there now in jumper number 14, playing at dummy half. Short side play, Merritt putting it down on the ground for Sammet. Sammet is taken by Falloon. Isaac Luke on the bike. Tia Khalifi inside 30. 26-6 in favour of the red and green from Redfern. Bell is with the ball. Held in the tackle by McPherson in 15. Falloon in 14. Carry for Woolnow to the halfway line. Now for Romolo. Then for Walsh. Now back for Paulo. Again, it's been down around the legs. McPherson making the contribution in defence. Tye puts a kick in. Ricocheted off the rump of Rabbitoh. Went down to Merritt, and Merritt is pulled down by Walsh. Tour de France on the sideline. Stewart.
Beautiful pronunciation there. Most Australians have just called it Tour de France.
Yeah, where's France?
It's overseas.
Oh, come on. He's off sick. Can we have a night without him?
There's another mistake from South Sydney.
Here's Paulo.
Balloon coughing up the football there, and which is what Penrith wanted, but they're just not scoring.
Brad Tye. There's the cough up by Falloon, it was. Now for McFadden. Inside the 30. Walsh turning it in for Woolnow. Adam will be asked to play the ball. With 15 out. They'll be looking over their shoulder if this is a try coming up for Penrith. Here's Ty looking back on the inside for Samet. Absolutely finished on his outside. Penalty to Penrith.
Drag his leg around.
It's against both champion, not John Sutton, working him on the ground.
And John Sutton was very upset with Bo Champion for that. He knew that it was a penalty they didn't need to give late in the count as Nathan Smith goes centre field. Should be starting to shape to pass the ball inside and look to go outside. They've done a lot of inside passes tonight. And they'll try and come up with the surprise tactic to go on the other side.
I think they're trying to get Paulo one-on-one with Sando here.
Play by Wilno. It's gone from Blair. High for Walsh. Little kick in behind Merritt. He lost the ball, Merritt. And the referee on the spot there, Delaceres.
Let's check onside grounding, please.
He wants to have a look at the Panther who's put a hand on it, Daniela.
Well, it's a strange tactic. It was just second tackle. And they've tried to thread the football through, and there was a lot of South Sydney defence there. Luke Walsh decides to kick the football. It ricochets off the South Sydney player. Bounces up to Nathan Merritt, who gets a little bit of contact high. I don't even think that Jeff Daniela has touched.
Oh, yes, he's got some fingers on it, I think, Pete. I'm just wondering whether the tackle on Merritt.
I think Nathan Merritt grounds the ball first.
You think it's Merritt's fingers?
I think he gets his fingers to it first.
Okay, it might be forced by Nathan Merritt then.
There's dislodged there. Merritt.
Yeah, you might be right, Andrew. The other thing is, of course, Merritt, that tackle, I've seen it penalised on many occasions through the year. Okay, you can say that there was no malice in it and that it doesn't deserve a penalty, but you have seen penalties for it. But whose fingers are these? And keep in mind, if it was simultaneous and there's no other breach against Daniela, he would be given the benefit of the doubt.
Well, having a look at that tackle again, I think it's soft.
I'm not saying it's not soft.
No, I'd like to think it's going to be a line dropout for the ball being Nathan Merritt there, forcing the football in his own in goal. I can't see a try in there. So it's either a penalty or a restart under the post, I would imagine.
Well, here we go. Phil Cooley is the man that's got the job to do, and he finds a try. Benefit of the doubt. We're back at ANZ Stadium, and this game is starting to come to life. Daniela has been given a try. Benefit of the doubt. The video ref has declared simultaneous grounding, Peter.
And they're delighted about it, Penrith, obviously, but I think they're surprised as well. South Sydney are happy at all as Luke Walsh pilots that one between the posts, so the margin is narrowed now, and there's still a lot of time left in this game, still a quarter of the match to go. Tim Gilbert?
Yeah, it's sort of luck South Sydney have had the past few weeks. 26-12, it was 26-0 just a few minutes ago. They don't come any prouder red and green than Mario Fenech, and he's pretty nervous, Mario.
Yeah, we're at 26-0. We looked home and hose, but sometimes you carry a burden when you lead by a big score, and obviously Panthers are a pretty good footy team. They're coming back, but hopefully the boys will show a bit of pride, and I'm really pleased with their performance today, and hopefully they can finish off what's been a pretty good game for us.
Well, what do they do?
Well, they just got to control the football. They've made a lot of mistakes of late, and Penrith have got a good young footy team, so control the football.
All right, Muzz, you sit there, nice and calm. Back to you, Rabs.
Is Adam Rulno to the 30-metre line.
He's exactly right, Mario Fenech. South Sydney have allowed the opposition to get a sniff here because they've handed the football over, which is something they didn't do in the first half, and they've done it in their own half as well.
Here's Paulo. Coming in off that right side. Working off Luke Walsh. In fact, what Paulo is doing since he came on is exactly what Gavin Cooper was doing previously. Merritt might have picked up some knees accidentally in the back from Nathan Smith. His Bo Champion taking a shoulder hit. And there's a little bit of a scuffle going on in that play. Talanoa tries to make a break. 26 plays 12. Rabbitohs in front. Midway through second half. 3/4 of the game gone. Talanoa hasn't had a lot of work to do. Couple of carries almost back-to-back for him. Sutton is going to kick. Held it back. It's taken by Aiton. Got the ball to Merritt. He gets a shot away, but this is going to see Penrith with McFadden. Their first tackle will be, well, it is on the 40-metre line. Taken by Bo Falou. Welsh on for Samet. Samet away for Grant. Big Tim Grant will play the ball. Loss for Penrith. You can see Brisbane obviously jump ahead of them. So too the Cowboys. Woolno again with a struggling run, but gaining ground all the time. 32 metres out. Romolo trying to trap Luke Stewart for not being direct. Tackle 5 gone. The dummy half for Penrith plays the ball. Walsh puts a kick in. Sando's after it, and he might have to. Oh, Walsh arrived.
On the line.
Walsh arrived, I'm sure, too late. I think he was begging the referee to have a second thought about it. Maybe he was thinking Sando got the ball over the dead ball line. I'm not quite sure. If he did get to it, it was on the line at its very best. Rabbitohs then with McPherson just beyond the 30-metre line. 26-12 the score. It was 26-0. That's Ben Lowe on the 40-metre line. Stewart as Penrith work now again for a mistake. 22 from 26 completion South. 20 from 28 for Penrith. There they are on the screen, and they're down on the 40-metre line for Sutton to put a kick in. Towering kick down to Tia Khalifi. And Jamie Simpson from an onside position makes the tackle. Back on the try line. Samet. And they pick him up, hold his bowlers, and put him in the in-goal. And they're high-fiving out there at the moment. Eddie Pettybourne and Folongo and company.
Oh, that's a huge play. They haven't spent any time with the football down this end of the field, and they've got Jared Samet in the air, kept the momentum in the tackle, and the diminutive fullback was never a chance of staying in the field to play, especially with no teammates there to help him try and avoid the line dropout.
10 seconds!
There's that man again, John Sutton. Followed a great kick to the corner, and then inspirationally drags Samet in goal.
Walsh's dropout taken by Sutton. Folongo going back. Suspect pass after all of that. 35 away from the Penrith line. Pettybourne. Taylor has got most of his starting side, or his starting forwards back on the park. Sando ran out of room, and Ben Lowe got himself in front of the carrier. Played on the 20-metre line. Here's Stewart grinding it away. Nothing flash about Luke, but he just gets through a mile of work. Here's Sutton, a show, a dummy, and then it's Merritt again in out wide. Short of the line by a metre. Passed by Champion on 5. Sutton a little kick in, and Samet has come back to put it down.
Yeah, knock on first, off Jared, knock on. Out here.
A little knock on from Jared Samet in the field of play. Kick from John Sutton. Low. He took the odds to it, Jared Samet. And the body's there. He's got first contact with the football. There into the South Sydney player Pettybourne. Comes up the head of Sando.
Just for a moment I thought, why didn't they appeal for a try? But there's another knock on there from South Sydney.
Okay, let's
He's gone back to the original knock on. That of Jared Samet. And that's where your scrum is, close to the line. South Sydney with John Sutton. And eventually they put about 4 into the tackle to put him away, the South Sydney number 6. Sando. That's Colin Best. Ben Lowe responds for support work. 5 metres out from the line. He'll play it for Falloon. Goes open side, turns it in for Pettybourne. And he's held up over the line.
That's tackle 3 held up.
Tackle. They'll come back to the 10-metre line and another opportunity for South Sydney. 3 of them, in fact.
Right there. 10 push out, 3.
Pettybourne playing it for Falloon. Now it's to Sutton. Goes wide again for Merritt. He turns it in, but Champion just lost his traction, lost his footing. Falloon to the middle for Sutton. Then he goes to Luke Stewart. Stewart on tackle 5 now. 3 metres from the line. Falloon, Sando, and it's gone down towards Colin Best, but it's in goal and gone dead. 20-metre restart for Penrith.
Was that done deliberately by the Penrith player on that far side, the winger McFadgen?
You do well there.
Kick comes through. It almost looks like he tries to pick this up, but he lets it go. That is cool.
Play the ball.
Tia Khalifi.
If we are to have a grandstand finish, we need to get the football line in the next couple of minutes.
Cooper played it, and this is Woolnough. Handed down for Samet. Romolo. Blair. 40 metres away from the south line. 26-12. Last tackle for Penrith. Walsh keeps it on the ground. Merritt keeps it on the boots. Talanoa using Colin Best. And the centre 3/4 brought down, and the penalty goes to South Sydney.
You've worked him over.
Again, you can hear the referee saying you're working him on the ground. And it's against that fellow, Gavin Cooper. Good story today about that young fellow you're talking about, McFadgen, where he really wasn't earning enough money to even buy a pair of football boots. And apparently he was getting loaned a pair of football boots by Jared Samet. And you look at the two alongside one another, how's he get his feet into Jared Samet's boots? But a nice story about a kid that has finally found a first-grade jumper.
He's played well.
Stewart's with it. They're 22 metres out from the Penrith line. Luke going out, asking questions. Sutton back for Tyrrell. We'll play it 15 out, middle ground. Luke again. Sutton now. Champion pulled down. Tackle would just have to be made, but here's Sutton again. And John Sutton scores for South Sydney, his second try of the night.
And it caps a fine performance from John Sutton, who physically has just been way too good for Penrith tonight. Picked his mark here. He was always going to go that short side and himself. He had support, but he looks up, shapes the pass, but sees that at Jared Samet and Brad Tye. And again, physically too imposing.
Friday night football from ANZ Stadium in Sydney. John Sutton, 2 tries for the night. Polished display. Wonderfully talented player. Crescendo to a 10 conversion. Sunday, of course, we go to Wollongong for Dragons versus Manly. And then next Wednesday, exclusively live, the State of Origin. State of Origin 3. Sando, as I said, it's a very short approach. Hitting them sweetly, though. Another 2 for South. 32-12. Tim.
Yeah, they need John Sutton to do this week in, week out, don't they? When he made his debut as a 19-year-old, as we see the try a few years ago, he was a dominant player in an underperforming side. They need him to do it week in, week out. Now, this is a shot of Wade Graham. He has a hip injury. Matt Elliott won't want to look at this. He's out for the night and possibly a couple of weeks.
Hold!
Penrith's kick-off, taken by Sutton. Asks his captain to take it back, Asatasi.
We're just on Sutton. He hasn't complicated his game tonight. I think he's decided early whether he's going to pass, and if he was going to run, he'd simply tuck it and go.
Joey, I think that's been the whole team, South Sydney tonight. They've just gone out there to make sure that they've completed their sets. They haven't pushed the football. They've made plenty of mistakes in the second half. That will displease Jason Taylor. It really was at a time when the game was won, but they got themselves into the dominant position by just playing the game simply.
That's Pettybourne. South Sydney, they play Brisbane next Friday night in a double-header at Suncorp. Brisbane South followed by Titans Bulldogs in Brisbane next Friday, and that's out on the full. That first match will start at 6:30 real time. 6:30. And the doubleheader will be screened out of Suncorp for you next Friday night. So it's a hub of activity in Brisbane. Wednesday State of Origin followed by the Friday night doubleheader. That's Pulatura on the halfway line. Now Luke Walsh giving it for Cooper. Romolo, Walsh. That is Aiton. So both dummy halves are there.
I reckon Gavin Cooper will be happy to get back out in the centres, right? He's had a tough night. And that's a pretty tough tackle as well. Nice work there, Dave Tyrrell.
He's got a bit of mongrel in him, Tyrrell, Dave Tyrrell. He's an eager beaver. How many tackles has he racked up? He's been prominent, 19. Here's Walsh with a stabbing kick into the in goal, and it's cleaned up over there by Talanoa.
It's only 50-50.
Sure.
Congratulations to our
The night, of course, reminding us of the Alana and Madeline Foundation, as we pointed out earlier in the night.
Stay behind the Souths.
Coming to this game, these two sides, Ray, not thinking about finals
10
football.
seconds.
And that's not the mentality at the moment. And we talked about South Sydney as to where they're placed, and they get a little bit closer to the top 8 tonight. But it really is just a case now of getting as high up the competition ladder as you can, and just seeing where that situates you when we come into finals football.
One change remaining for the Rabbitohs. Pulatura got a lovely ball away earlier in the night. There's Romolo finding Walsh. Aiton can't handle it. Asatasi's got it. And South's tackle back on their own 10. Yes, tonight, of course, South's reminding people of the Better Buddies project, which is all about protecting kids from violence in the community and bullying in the schoolyards, which their major sponsor, NAB, have been a sponsor of, the Alana and Madeline Foundation, since 2003. That's what you saw at the start of the night. Nice touch. Kids from Santa Sabina walking out with their big buddy from South Sydney, hand in hand.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt as you were talking about that, and it's a lot of things that feature a lot of different charities and very worthy situations, but it's something that probably isn't spoken about that much, and those parents have grave concerns in that area about children's education and their social lives, so it's good to see it come to the fore tonight.
Yep, well done, South Sydney. Well done, Shane Richardson and your boys down there. Here's the ball coming away to Nathan Merritt. Merritt taken down 25 out by Ty. Towards the middle they go. Working around that fulcrum, who just happens to be John Sutton. Sando is kicking wide. Talanoa marking it. Best down the line. He's over Colin. Best scores for South. Nice piece of work by the two outside men, Talanoa and Best. The kick was spot on from Sando.
It was spot on. I'm not sure if it went exactly where Chris Sando wanted it to go, but he'll take it. Yeah, he was aiming for deeper than that, but again, it's just more urgency. It's 2-on-2 and a little bit of inexperience out there. Jeff Daniela didn't really help Ben McFadden. He should have told him to stay out on the man coming around, and they would have handled that comfortably. Now, Daniela had to take the man who threw the final pass, and that would have allowed his winger just to slide across. And South Sydney took advantage. Colin Best has had a mixed season. He is a native try scorer.
He hasn't had much ball tonight, Colin Best. Sort of player that gets early ball, he can be very dangerous. Talanoa there summed it up beautifully, got the ball in space, 2-on-2. Too much skill there for the Panthers.
Just trying to work it out. 76 points, I think, has been put on Penrith now in the last couple of games they've played, and of course a win in there. It's almost unbelievable.
Put your shoes and socks back on there.
I've probably got it right.
I hope you're not counting the 21 of it.
Here is Sando from the sideline, and he's just missed it. So 2 minutes of the match remaining. That's the try scorer Colin Best, who started the season in a whirl. Of course, things went downhill, not just for Colin Best, but for Souths. As I said, after they were in the 8th, after round 11. And then, of course, they've just plummeted down to number 11 on the table and 5 points out of the top 8.
I mentioned Anthony Watmo's birthday. Ray, I'd say his manly teammates would be pretty happy with this result tonight. Of course, they feature in our Sunday game down at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong. They're on the same amount of points as Penrith coming into this weekend, and they can get the job done against the Dragons in 2 days' time. They'll continue their march up the competition ladder as reigning premiers.
Luke towards halfway. Sando working on that short side with Ben Lowe. 5 gone for the Rabbitohs. Nathan Merritt to assist down that side. Kick by Best, and a kick by Samet, regather by Samet, and then he has his legs taken 30 metres out by Isaac Luke. McFadden there. Just over a minute to go. The Rabbitohs with a 36-12 victory on their plate at the moment. Daniela. Romolo. Walsh. Blair. Right on halfway. Tia Khalifi. Giving it to Samet. Sander back down to Merritt. Loses the ball. And the referee, Ben Cummins, he breaks down in laughter.
Take a pick, mate. Take a pick.
He didn't quite know which way to go, but one thing's for sure, we have to put a scrum together. This is where it started. Now keep up with this. Right, good, bang. Yours, catch it. And the referee, I think he wiped his brow and said, I have got no idea. So the kick from Walsh, purely academic. Jamie Simpson will run it into the in goal and out of there. So that's the end of the section. The Rabbitohs have turned around the humiliation of last Saturday with a 36-12 thumping of the Panthers tonight. Both sides, of course, weakened by an array of reasons. Both of them contributing 2 players to Origin. Pointed out to you earlier, though, that the Panthers, with 8 recognised first graders unavailable for selection tonight. South's list not quite as bad. I think something like 5 recognised #1 graders out of their side, but they have thumped the Panthers tonight. Sutton got a pair. Pettybourne got the first of the night. If you had a bet on TAB Sports Bet, Pettybourne is the man you want. Simpson a try, Merritt a try, Colin Best a try. And for the Panthers, it was Aiton and Daniela. So it's an important 2 points for the Rabbitohs. Gets them back in the winner's circle. Gets a bit of heat off them. They've been under the microscope of the media and the criticism. Peter Sterling will be back in a moment with Andrew Johns and news and injury updates and the all-important KFC $1,000 man of the match. That's still got to be given. Probably no prizes for guessing that. But it's Friday Night Football on 9 and still more to come.